Yo, are we good? Right, listen, I'm gonna explain why I use the scales as a tool of measurement for weight loss. It keeps coming up in a lot of things, the scales don't mean nothing, the scales don't mean nothing. All right, listen, I like to work with people that are overweight and feel like shit, as in their weight is starting to implicate their health and their lifestyle. All right, okay, it's bothering them, they feel rubbish, they know their food choice wrong, they want to learn how to eat for them. All right, now, if you look, they go, oh, the weight's not true representation because your weight can fluctuate. And you go, yes, your weight can fluctuate. Of course it can. Some people are from 0 to 4 pounds a day. Now think about it. Let's say this is week 1, this is week 12, yeah? And your weight fluctuates up and down. And you're like, oh yeah, but it's not real, it's not real. You get to week 12 and within that fluctuation, the weight is the same. So it ain't fucking worked. All right, okay? I'd be looking at it and think, oh shit. All right. However, if you go from week 1, yeah, and your weight is fluctuating, yeah, and then we get down to week 12 and we're here and you've got week 1 reading, week 12 reading, yeah, and you've had guidance from a food coach, you've had a consultation, and you've done your exercises that you've never done, and you're following a structured eating plan that will regulate blood sugar levels and make you feel pretty good. And week 1 is there and week 12 is there. Do you know what? They're pretty accurate. Okay. And this, the obsession with people like, yeah, but my muscle mass and nothing, you go, that's cool. If you train 3 times a week and you eat well, your muscle mass will change, but not to the point where you need to completely work it out to the absolute percentage each week. You're not an Olympic athlete. Yeah? The amount of separate industries that have been made in this industry now, just to sell shit, DNA testing, I mean, one of my clients ages ago, he was like, oh, he spent £1,000 on this DNA testing. And the DNA testing was going to tell him how he should train for his DNA. He was in his late 50s. And lo and behold, you know what it said? Don't train too hard. Don't train really heavy because of joints and ligaments and tendon issues that he might have. And keep to a comfortable rep range and to keep his heart rate out of the red zone. £1,000 it cost him. Right, okay. Now, so you don't really need to think. If you're overweight, as long as it's going down, obviously with the fluctuate and you're feeling good and you're not overeating and you're not undereating, and the only way to find out is by your communication with your food coach, then you are getting there. And that is why I use the scales. After a while, some people need the scales to reassure them. And if they've been educated to understand emotionally what the scales say, as in if it goes up, they know why it's gone up, then it doesn't matter. But it's when people stand on the scales and they're in denial, they haven't really been told what the method is for weight loss and why your body might fluctuate, that they take it so personally. And then every time they get on the scales, it's a negative experience for them. Yeah? As opposed to not a positive, not every time we get on the scales is positive, but an educated experience. All right, okay? If clients come to me and they don't want to lose weight, I'd much rather have them, if they don't need to lose weight, I'd be like, you don't need a weight loss plan, do you? You probably need to lift some weights and get in the gym. Or some people come to me and say, Ben, my weight doesn't bother me, but I eat shit food. I would like to learn how to have a structured eating plan. I go, all right, cool. We'll keep the portions. We'll do this. If you will lose a little bit of body fat because we're tidying up your choices of food a little bit. But when people come to me and they're 50, under 60 kilos, then weight loss isn't really a factor. Okay, what it is, their health's a factor. Getting their regulation of blood sugar levels, being hydrated. Yeah, and that's where a food coach comes in to help you. That's specific for you. It's not a generic print off pattern. You get a 10-20 minute consultation where you chat and we start to work together. And we build together. You don't just get the whole plan there and then. You get week 1 and then we talk. Do you want to change anything? How are you feeling? Do you think this worked? More importantly, their feedback tells me how they're emotionally or psychologically reacting to a structured eating plan. Because, mate, everyone knows how to eat healthy these days. Everyone can go Google, could be a calorie counting thing for a deficit, which is, tracking macros, calorie counting, weighing food, etc. are phenomenal ways of tracking your food and managing your weight, whether you want to go up and down. They're sustainable and they're phenomenal, but they're not for everyone, okay? And that is where I would like to slip into that lovely category as having your own personal food coach to make sure you don't overeat. And of course, a real popular subject at the moment, don't undereat. And most people undereat when they factor too much exercise in, the gym goers. all right, okay, or you're under eating from crash diets, all right. Look, a little ramble today, a little couple of subjects. I want you to have the best day. If you are interested in perhaps, should we say, managing your weight, improving your health, losing weight, and you might have to weigh once a week with me, then please click on the link below. Have the best day, man.